Hi, my name is Kay, and I am the founder of KayMarie, which is a crochet fashion house for the girls. Right now, I'm starting out as a millinery, so the things I make are crochet hats and scrunchies. Now, I'm finishing the scrunchie, and I'm crocheting lace with Picots onto the edging of my purple scrunchie. For this, I'm using 100% organic cotton yarn by Eddie Bauer. It's the Adventurer Cotton in the shade Lilac. And for this project, I'm also using the 2.75 millimeter crochet hook by the brand Boy. I prefer the Boy hooks over Susan Bates because the hook on it is round versus the Susan Bates hook is a lot sharper. I'll give you an example of the Susan Bates hook. This is a bigger one. You see how sharp the inner hook is? It snags and splits my yarn very easily. So I actually prefer the Boy brand because it's a lot smoother, and I've been having an easier time making these small crochet stitches even when I'm working on bigger stitches for larger projects with a higher weight yarn. The Boy hooks are just easier for me to use. I also want to say that this yarn that I'm using is a fine weight. So I'm trying to remember where I was. Okay. So the stitch that I'm using to build my lace is the single crochet and the chain stitch and slip stitch. So yesterday, hold on a second, let me pause my music. So yesterday I was streaming on YouTube, X, and Twitch all at the same time, and I wasn't able to really get it to work well for me. I was using a Wi-Fi connection, and since then, I've taken my computer to the shop and I've decided to utilize my Ethernet cord. Hopefully, with the Ethernet connection, my laptop will be able to hold up and it's transmitting clear video and audio. If not, then I'm either going to have to get a new computer that's more powerful for video live streaming, or I'm going to try to use my mobile devices like my cell phone and my iPad to do a multicam stream. So hopefully we don't freeze up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully we're able to let's aim for a 30-minute stream. Yesterday's stream was technically 30 minutes, but my computer conked out at around 15 minutes. And of course, when I take my computer to the shop and I tell the guy, yeah, my computer is giving me these messages that the battery is full and that the cooling fan is malfunctioning, he checks out my computer and he says, well, I don't see any error messages. It's reading as healthy. So it's definitely that awkward and embarrassing moment of going to the doctor and like suddenly there's nothing wrong with you. You have no symptoms. You're completely fine. I mean, I already know that I need a new computer. The computer I have is a laptop and it's more than 5 years old. When it comes to video and sound, the amount of information that has to be transmitted is just so much more than it used to be. So I may spend a few $100s on a desktop just for live streaming, and it would help me with my video editing too. Like my computer is capable, it's just not as efficient as I would like it to be. So we'll see how this stream goes. Hopefully we can stay live and we can continue to engage with each other. So today is Wednesday. For those of you who know me, you know I watch Love Island, and I'm only watching Love Island USA this year because I get Love Island fatigue. I mean, it has become such a huge franchise since I started watching it about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, the USA version didn't even exist. But I think that was season let me think, 6 of Love Island USA. Not Love Island USA, Love Island UK that I watched for the first time, and I just absolutely loved the show. I don't even remember how I came across it. I feel like I discovered it on YouTube. At the time, there was this guy, he lived in the UK. His name was Murad Morali, and he would make reviews every night of Love Island, and it was just so fun to interact with people online and just like watch this show night after night all at the same time. The USA version is on streaming, and of course the trick with that is that it's hard to watch all at the same time unless somebody streams it privately in something like a Discord server. So thankfully my friend, he has Peacock where Love Island USA is streaming, so I can watch it no problem. And thankfully, my friends in my Discord server found out how to stream it in there as well. So we can all watch and comment together. I really miss that about TV, the communal aspect of it all. And I think with live streaming, I guess because a lot of people do it, sometimes a person doesn't come on at the same time every single day. So the people you meet in a live stream, it's just not as much fun as if you're watching in person, or if it's just a more private thing where there aren't as many people talking and you can actually participate in the conversation. Um, so I would like to stream more often and more regularly. Like yesterday was my first time coming back on the live stream in about 3 weeks. And there was no particular reason for that. I think I kind of fell out of rhythm because I, one, started forgetting. I stopped prioritizing like getting on the stream. And then I went on vacation for a couple of days with my girlfriends. And then when I went on vacation, I wasn't really prepared to go in a sense. Like my social media, I didn't really have any videos in the archive to post while I was on vacation. And so I took a few days off of posting on my social medias in the few days that I was gone. But I'm back on the ball now and feeling a new fever for it. But I've definitely developed a different take on like social media and live streaming since I've gotten like back into rhythm with posting and everything. And it's definitely that I want to use this more as like a digital marketing tool and a method to connect with my community. I think at first I was really trying to like build it up to be a revenue stream, and I hope that it becomes that. But it's a bigger priority for me to, connect with like-minded people and also to spread the word about my creations. So in terms of my actual crochet business, I would like to make a business plan and like officially establish it, like register it as a business by the end of the summer. I think right now it's safe to say I'm in the market research stage of figuring out what exactly I want to sell, like determining what my products are, figuring out how to connect with my target audience, and also seeing who my competition is, what they're making, what materials they're using. Um, okay, here's what I run into every time on this pattern. There is like such a tiny chain stitch at the very end. So to make this lace peacoat, I have to single crochet into the last chain. But the last chain of every loop is always so difficult for me to grab with my hook. And I'm not sure if it's because of my tension or what, but I just had to bring that one closer to my face so I could see it better. So another social media platform I definitely want to get better at is Facebook. I'm hoping by next week, I'll have set up my Facebook page so I can live stream on there as well. I don't really know how to use Facebook, what the requirements or restrictions are. My hope is that anybody can live stream on Facebook, especially from a computer. Um, oh, by the way, definitely follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I don't have like a X account specifically for my crochet. I've been using my personal account on X to promote my crochet items because well, I wanted to see like what community base was there, and from my personal account just like tweeting out the stuff I've been making, I haven't really found much response or um really ingratiated myself in that community. I've had actually better interaction on threads with crafters, makers, and small business owners. So I've been enjoying threads more um, for my crochet. I've also liked Instagram. I would like to make more friends on there. I think I have two good friends at this point. Um, but we're still figuring out how to like reach people and how to connect on those platforms. So I'm far from discouraged. TikTok by far has been my best platform for growth and engagement. I feel like I've definitely like found the TikTok community and I'm still getting connected in there. I actually feel like I have other crocheters who are familiar with me on TikTok. So I'm really excited for whenever I get 1,000 followers or establish my business. You can live stream on TikTok without 1,000 followers if you register your business and provide proof of it to TikTok. You can live stream without 1,000 followers. So whichever comes first for me, the follower requirement or the business registration. I'm so excited to go live on TikTok so that I can interact with some of my buddies on there. I also watch other crocheters go live, and she goes live on TikTok and Facebook. And one thing she says on there is, "Okay, guys, I have to go. I have to go check in with my Facebook family." I know with Facebook there are lots of like Facebook groups. Okay, I have to bring this up again so I can see. Yeah, this last loop is so tricky. So, yeah, one of my goals this summer is definitely to get strong at digital marketing. I was thinking about selling my puzzle piece scarf pattern to a magazine. Now, I am subscribed to magazines on my iPad. I sometimes look at, okay, I have browsed the crochet magazine on there, and they have some very nice and interesting patterns. And earlier today, I was researching Susan Bates, and she sold like her cross stitch textiles to magazines. I mean, I guess it was a different time back then where that was a way for you to make money. But I know there are craft magazines and stuff that still exists. So I was thinking maybe I should try to, sell that pattern to a magazine, and maybe it'll help like get the word out about my brand, so to speak. Um, I'm going to do this last stitch and then I'm going to open up my comments just in case somebody is commenting anything. So hold on a second while I open my comments. Okay, so I just pulled up the comments just in case somebody is trying to chitty chat or wants to chitty chat. So That machine that you just heard turn on, that is the central air unit in my house. So I apologize if that scared you or if it just suddenly got very loud. It's just the air conditioning. Okay, I want to take a minute to also show you like how this is coming out. So this is our last layer of lace with Picots. This is layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. And the Picots are at the top. Like this is the Picot, and I guess the lace is just the whole thing. Like it's the holes. I like the way this is turning out. I mean, I think at first I was like debating whether or not it's pretty or ugly, but I think it's pretty and has definitely inspired me to create um something else. I'm not going to say what that something is yet because I'm pretty sure I'm going to release it in the fall, but I really like the way it, I guess, drapes downward. And I think if I had to remake this, I would use a smaller like mesh stitch so that the mesh is more distinguishable. And I think I would use a less complicated edging because I think this is the sort of edging that can be better appreciated when it's spread out. Like if it were along the collar of a shirt, or if it were like on the edge of a lampshade, you know, you could better appreciate this. But because of the shape of the scrunchie and the nature of it, which is to scrunch, you know, the detail in this project, I feel, is not as easily appreciated. So I think in the future, when I'm thinking of designs, I have to think about, well, if this is a highly detailed project like this is, I have to make sure to use stitches that can be appreciated in the shapes that I'm deciding to make. And also, I do like this yarn combination. This is 100% acrylic, but it's a light, shiny acrylic with a cotton yarn. It's kind of nice. It's got a monochromatic thing, but it's also a mix of textures. It's like matte and shiny. So I think that part is cute, and I'm just really excited for how this is going to look like on the hair and when I make other versions of this. So just as a sneak peek, this is sort of how it's going to look when you have it twisted. So this is a part of what I'm talking about in terms of you can't really appreciate the detail of the product because it's a scrunchie. So naturally, all of this lace has scrunched up, and that's cute. It looks very girly and feminine. It is inspired by the coquette style. But once again, and I do like that it swirls into a flower. Like that's sort of a theme I want to have with my brand. Like a part of making these original designs is, you know, to find my look. Um, but I think if I were to remake this, maybe I would make it even larger, so that, you know, it's more spread out because you can see more of the lace as the stitching like gets bigger and like has more room to breathe. But I think it's cute as is. I think I'll wear it. It's a very time consuming creation because of just the lace work. The edging is very complicated. Um, so I was thinking that instead of making a bunch of these to sell at a market, that I would design other scrunchies and I would put the patterns in an ebook. And that I could maybe make money from that just to make something more of the project besides another idea. um, So at first I had aspiration to do a craft fair this summer, but seeing how it's almost July, I still have no inventory. I'm still figuring out my designs, and I also don't want the pressure of trying to make a bunch of stuff to go to a craft fair. I was thinking, well, I'm already designing a fall collection. I have time to prepare for the fall. I can attend a market in October, and that would be more realistic for me. And then I could focus on designing my products and, really establishing my business. My goal is to register my business by September of this year. And hopefully, with that registration, I'll have a um, substantial following on all of my social media pages. So this summer, I'm just focusing on establishing my business. And in the fall, I'm going to be more focused on pushing my already created products. So the initial idea I had for my fall collection was kid collection. And it was because the yellow and green shades I used to make my bow hat kind of reminded me of like juvenile playfulness. I do want to make more versions of that bow hat specifically for the summer. Of course, I have to get to it because I can only make one thing at a time. I mean, I am currently working on a skirt. I do have one whip, but I've been pretty good with crochet so far as to not have a bunch of like works in progress sitting around in my little shop. My gracious. Yeah, I see TikTok videos all the time of people talking about like their 20, 30 works in progress. And I'm like, I leave a lot of things unfinished in my life. And somehow, some way, my crochet projects have just not suffered from that. I mean, the skirt that I'm making isn't necessarily a um I mean, it is a work in progress, but it's not something that I'm making for my business. It's a personal thing. It's like a stress relief crochet project. Whenever I'm making things for my business or I'm working on a commission for a client, because I have to do it, because I'm making a product, it sort of has a different feeling to me versus when I'm just crocheting freely and making something for me. It's just more relaxing and I can just shut my brain off. With this lace work, it's definitely harder to just shut my brain off because first, this is the first time I'm doing lace. And I do like it. It is really pretty. It's very time consuming naturally because the stitches are so small. So you need so many of them to make something substantial. But I definitely want to do more lace work, and I think my lace pieces will have to be made to order. That's another thing that I think I'm going to do for my business is make everything to order. I don't think I'm going to be able to, unless it's small pieces like simple scrunchies, for example. This is a simple scrunchie I made. It doesn't take long to craft. This is like, I'm probably going to reuse this pattern for October and just use different colors. These are very summer colors in my opinion. It's a bright orange and a cerulean blue. Looks like coral or a nudie brook, which is a sea slug. I really like this. I think this is cute and I'm probably going to use this pattern again. Um, this is very time consuming. I may not make this again unless it's like requested. 2, 3. So, simple things like that scrunchie, I may have a small inventory of it for a market. And I also want to make car charms, like things that you can put on your rear view mirror, to dangle. Um, Maybe even like little cozies to put in your cup holders. What are they called? Mug rugs to put in your car cup holder. Maybe little vent trinkets. I'm not really sure of like everything, but a part of the purpose I want my designs to fulfill is whatever the working woman needs. Like I want my designs, like in terms of clothes to be fashionable and feminine and things that are appropriate for the working woman to wear to work or when she's just out with her girlfriends or even by herself. So, that's a part of um the function of my pieces, and hopefully as I create more, that will become more clear. Right now I have made just a little bit of things. So, it's not really obvious, I think, who I'm targeting and, where or what I want my clothes to be worn. But in my mind, I want that the working woman to wear them to work and, outside of work, like to parties. Work in the day, party in the night. Like this is a working woman who goes out to happy hour with her girlfriends. I think I would like to be that person. I don't really hang out like that, but I feel all of the shows I've watched with, you know, I guess adult women like and they have their friend circle in their career, like Insecure or Girls or Sex in the City, they always look good doing it. And I think I want to create, I don't want to say a staple look, but I want to create some stylish pieces for, I guess, Gen Z who's doing that right now. So, this isn't my first time making Picots. I made them when I was following a YouTube tutorial on how to make, I don't really know what it was. It looked like crochet swirls, but I didn't know that the, name of like turning yarn in on itself like this was called a picot. And when I read picot, I thought it was picket because it's spelled Picot, but it's a picot. Yeah, I mean, I still think this is really pretty, and making this definitely helped me to think of a new design for my tops collection. So for summer, okay, I've decided every season my fashion house, of course, has to have releases. So for summer, I'm going to push myself to release a collection of tops. And I think that's going to be feasible because they're larger. Well, larger pieces take more time. But I think it'll be feasible because people like to buy tops by themselves to wear with whatever they already have. So that's ideal. So of course, the tops I'm imagining are going to look good with jeans. The working woman wears jeans to work and to party. So that's going to be happening. Um, so that's going to be my collection for the summer. I'm also going to have a special item every season. So, oh, it's not really a special item, it's a special combo. So my special combo this season is hat bag combo. I've already made one hat this season. Definitely look at my Instagram. Oh, I think I posted it on my YouTube, but definitely look at my Instagram or my TikTok to see the beige and brown hat that I made. It's a cute summer hat, a neutral. Um, but yeah, the special combo this season for my fashion house is going to be hat and bag combo. And I want to come out with a digital product every season. So this season's digital product may be an ebook with possibly 5 scrunchie patterns in it. But I'm thinking, well, I have to make these patterns first. So I'm not sure. I want to research how to submit my scarf pattern to a magazine because the pattern that I have is not formally written. I used an app to make the pattern grid, and I used like a combination of techniques. I used intarsia and tapestry crochet to make the puzzle piece scarf. So in part, I have to sort of like edit the pattern to make sure that it makes sense, and that it's accurate. So um, I want my digital product this summer to be a small book of scrunchy patterns. That kind of goes with my customer base because right now a lot of people who crochet follow me, and I see lots of people, talking about they want to get into crochet, they want to do it themselves. So, I think that would kind of cater to that base that I currently have attracted. Um, And also, I see a lot of the same scrunchie patterns. So I thought it would be pretty cool to just have a resource for at least 5 different patterns. um, yeah. Like a lot of the time I see this pattern, which is just 2 double crochet. Well, actually, this pattern is an original pattern. I didn't even mean to make I didn't even mean to make an original pattern. Well, the scrunchie I'm wearing now is a very common pattern that people use, which is just like 2 or 3 rows of double crochet. And in order to get the scrunchie effect, you have to like bunch your stitches together. You have to increase the amount of stitches so that they kind of squish together. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Okay, this last chain on this one is actually loose enough for me to hook the right loop. How did that happen? Yeah, even though I'm a pretty experienced crocheter, I still have tension issues. Like, I think my tension is pretty consistent most of the time. It's harder to keep it consistent, of course, with new stitches, and new materials and new hooks. But I think that's the charm of something handmade. You can't make the exact same thing twice. Like whenever you buy something handmade, you're getting a one of one. Um, so I'm curious to see how far I have to go. I think I want to, since this live is going fine. On my end, it looks perfectly smooth. It looks perfectly clear. But on your end, I could be very pixelated and my audio could be jumping. So, okay, let me pull up how I look on Twitch to get an idea of what's going on here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. On Twitch, I am super, super pixelated. I can tell. I can't tell if I'm frozen or not because I didn't play the video and I don't want it to echo. So I guess since it's just consistently um, streaming, I'm going to stay live and continue streaming until I finish the scrunchie. Once we finish our stitches, of course, we're going to weave in our ends. These are the new yarn needles that I purchased before purchasing this pack of metal yarn needles. I was using a plastic needle. These plastic yarn needles aren't bad, but as you can see, they're pretty damaged. Like once you bend it, it's hard to really bend it back to its true shape. And it's sort of a one size only sort of thing. So I had to get these metal yarn needles that were just a few cents more because they're smaller. And I'm working with smaller yarn than usual. So I needed to use this needle. Um, So it looks like, let's see, we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We have 7 picots left to make. And we've been streaming for about 30 minutes. So I'm thinking we can finish these picots within an hour, which is great because I usually stream for about an hour anyway. So hopefully the computer and you can hold on that long while we finish these picots. Okay. Yeah, crochet designs are so pretty. I'm definitely interested in learning more crochet techniques. I was looking at crochet felt earlier. That may be something interesting to do. I was also, well, that's what I was looking at today. I was also looking at raffia, but I decided that I'm not going to put a lot of energy into trying to make like a bunch of stuff specifically for summer because I need to take advantage of time to prepare for fall. So, and of course, the raffia yarn at my local craft stores is sold out because that is the material to use for summer. And I think next season I'll just have more things from that material already made as, it's getting hot. Um, but yeah, I've definitely already made some plans for my fall releases. I'm already looking at some stitches and techniques that I want to try out. The beautiful thing about naivete is that you don't know what something is until you try it, until you do it. Like if I'd known how difficult, well, now that I'm doing this, it's not that difficult. But if I'd known how time consuming and complicated this lace work, this little bit of lace work that I'm doing would be, I don't think I would have done it. I think I would have tried something simpler, like just making a picot edging along the acrylic, just using the acrylic yarn that I made the foundation of the scrunchie from to make a picot edging, and that would have been it. But because I did not know like what this would be, I just thought, well, this would be really pretty. Like, let's see how this would look. And I just let myself be free, just free in making this. And I think I've been working on this for a week. I'm not sure. I have to go back on my social media and see the first time I posted because, man, it has been a journey. Oh, shoot. It has been a minute. And I really wanted to finish this yesterday because I just felt like, oh my gosh, I need to get this out of my life. Like, I can't just have this sitting around. And a part of what I guess motivates me to finish my projects is I really want to see how it looks at the end. Like, okay, is this going to be what I imagined, or is it not? like I just need to see my vision come true. And it's just one of those things where, like, this idea I had, I couldn't find pictures of it anywhere else. I couldn't find pictures of it on Pinterest or anywhere. Like, to me, this feels like an original idea. If someone else has already done it, I haven't seen it. I mean, so, like, for me, I just really wanted to make my idea just so I could see it and determine whether or not I liked it. And this project, this, as small as it is, like physically as small as it is, has given me a lot of hardship in the sense of, oh my gosh, I don't think it's cute anymore. Or I've spent so much time, I've wasted so much time making something that looks like a fungus. Like sometimes I look at it and the shadows that it casts, I just think, it's not cute. But just last night I decided, okay, I'm gonna stay positive about this. You know, this is a growth piece. So uh-oh, it looks like we froze. Okay, so on my computer, it looks like I froze. But I'm just not going to touch it and hope that it figures itself out. It looks like we're 40 minutes into the stream, which is pretty good. I mean, we actually went a full 40 minutes, which is better than what we did yesterday. Yesterday was about 15. The Ethernet cord definitely helps, but it may not be enough. um, oh my gosh. I'm trying to get this in there. Okay, we're in. Oh wait. I think I only need one single crochet and that stitch. Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, the computer definitely froze. Okay, my computer hasn't completely given up. So, um, okay, I'm just gonna try to hit the end live stream button. So I hit the end stream button just in case it's still streaming. Yeah, I hope like no charge. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have 3 left. Thank goodness.